My race was done by two things. I span on medium tyres, and then the game wouldn't switch me to fucking soft tyres. So I had to pit twice. Which was tragic.
Yeah. It got a bit boring, not gonna lie, at the end. Like, the only thing that kept the stream alive was Font's battle.
What's wrong?
I wonder if Geordie's gonna
if everything's good here and you've got the lobby sorted, Mage, I'm going to head into my own party and do the stream properly. Yeah. Alright.
Please don't start yet, I'm just joining.
Right, let's do this properly. Spectate. Bring it up. Display racer, display all. Display driver names, display online IDs. Ah, you can exit this off and have all this. Oh, okay. I get it. That's what I was meaning last time. Right, so watch Rainbow's first lap here. It's roughly about a minute 2-ish lap here. Maybe a little bit quicker with these tier 1 guys. A couple of guys doing a minute flat. A couple of guys doing a minute flat. You would expect on their out laps. Rainbow going into this corner 2. He slides around it. We go into second sector, I believe, here. 10-minute qualifying to start. Everyone just going to go ham on this track. We had rain during a couple of bits of hours. And I'll be up on the grass to let a couple of people through. It was just not great, the rain on the sprint race, sorry. Let's see what Rainbow's going to put up as a time here. What's the benchmark? The benchmark is a 1022, so we were quicker than that in tier 2. Iggy does a 101454, and we're pretty much where we would expect to be. Mr. Jack did a 101596. We might actually have someone to fight him this time. Noble the slowest of everyone who set a lap. 101948 for Mage. The 1027 there. BR4's going to do a proper lap now by the looks of it. Logan's just going to let people through. And wow, 6/10 slower than its best lap so far, BR4. Oh, he's on the grass there, he's sliding through the third to last. Got away with the fact that he's kept his car going. See what time he can actually put up. See if we can compete with the guys toward the front. Viper goes second, Mage third at the moment. Interested to see what time the Viper's done. BR4 done a 104361, which is quite tailed off the back of everyone. Logan's gonna have to do a proper lap soon enough here. Is going through the first sector, the 24 something. I didn't see the thing that flicks up when sector times are reached. The next sector time is shown all the way down to the end of this straight here, where Logan's coming around the hairpin and entering now. A couple of people going on soft, which is a bold call. I'm not sure if it's one that'll work out. Just about to get away with 15 minutes on them. Oh, Logan sliding a little bit through the final corner, but he is going to put up a 103.9. Oh, and MCFC is in the gravel off the final corner. He's been doing routine 104s, but it's not going to be great this time round. Chowdad on an out lap. The best lap still that 101.454. Mr. Jack 1.142 off at the moment. He's since come into the pits and set himself back up again, because he's only looking at 110 on the side of his screen, but you would expect that to probably get increased. Probably a bad idea to continuously go in and then come straight back out. Maybe actually do a pit stop rather than exiting. So Jack looking for a flying faster lap. He is a 10th down going into the final corner. Gonna need about a quarter of a second now if he wants to beat Iggy. He doesn't do it. He's ever so slightly slower. What's Viper doing here? Viper's best lap is the 1:01.785 in qualifying. It looks like Rainbow is going to get out of the way, so Viper can continue on his flying lap. You know, it says everything when you can do quicker laps in go-karts around here than you can do in Mazdas. Oh, and Viper has just messed up that final corner horribly. He's now in the gravel, Mage. With Nobles and MCFC down the straight now. Usually use the slipstream off Nobles in front of him. Major's fastest lap so far, 1:01.948. See if he's able to improve, get himself closer to the front. He isn't. He's half a second down, and it didn't look like Noble did an awful lot differently there either. BR4 now on the medians, which is probably the sensible call. Chowdard gonna have a crack at it in a minute. Let's have a look at Iggy's lap here. Looks like BR4's got a 3-second penalty for cutting the pit lane, because you don't really know where the pit lane line is here until you realise you've crossed it. Ever so small pit line that maybe if you cross it, it's game over. And everyone probably will. And Iggy's gone through the first sector and is a 10th down. See what he can do through the hairpin here and into the second sector. Currently on provisional pole. Coming down the straight, get his second sector time right about now. Viper gets out the way. He is up by almost a tenth, so he has gained 2 tenths in that second sector. He knows he's got an extra tenth as well. Through the final corner, gets on the very outside and goes 2 tenths quicker, and is now 3.5 tenths quicker than Jack in second. Jack is 0.012 quicker in his lap so far. He's sliding through the second sector. See what he can do in response to far quicker the mighty Iggy at the moment. Jack's just like given up on the lap by the looks of it. Viper is second. What is Viper doing on his lap? And through the hairpin now. Onto the straight, we should be able to see what kind of time he's doing from his second sector. How close is he to his fastest time? His fastest time looks about... no, it's not even close. 8 tenths of a second down. What about Mage? Looks like Mage just did a 1:01.436. Might have been an outlap. I should assume that we're coming towards the end of it now. Rainbow, it looks like Have's gone on to the medium tyres. Pit lane one though, the 102. Oh no, it's penalty lap, the 102. 2 from Rainbow, who has been towards the top on every single week so far. Has not been able to put anything together as of yet here in Tsukuba. Let's see what the Noble's in front of him, and CFC getting 3 seconds worth of penalties there for his pit lane cut. Rainbow is going quicker by the looks of it. He goes and sets himself a 102 flat, puts him into 5th. It's not great. Logan currently on a flying lap. Oh no, never mind, he's going to get 3 seconds of cutting the pit lane though. Noble just did a 103.261. Probably got a long way to go if he wants to catch some of the guys in front of him. He's currently in 8th. Is currently going quicker. And Noble through the hairpin. Let's see what time his sector 2 is going to be. Rainbow right on the back of him. Rainbow just using his teammate Slipstream with their off-centered Mercedes-Benz fitting logos on the front of their Mazdas, because why not? Looked like Rainbow's sliding through the air. Noble is going to do a 102, and looks like Rainbow went a little bit quicker again. Oh no, he went ever so slightly slower actually. Have is not too far off at the moment. Iggy going for an out lap at the moment, so should be going for good for his lap soon enough. So let's see if Mr. Jack can get a response in just before everyone stops here. Someone's parked up on the side. It looks like Viper's parked up on the side. Very outside on the final corner. He is a quarter of a second down on his fastest time, and he's running out of time. It looked like he is still 2 tenths. He was 2 tenths down on the lap there. Not quite able to make anything work here. Viper just currently is parked on the side of the corner. We see Iggy's looking to extend his time. At the front of the grid, 3.5 tenths at the moment. And it's looking to be 5.5 tenths. Comes through the final corner, he's just shy of 2 tenths up. He's gonna go over the line. It's not a sub 1 minute, but it's just shy of a sub 1 minute 1 minute 1:08. Now half a second clear, and Jack has got to put together something special here. Viper looks to be going on one last lap. It looks like Jack here is a little bit slower than he would probably like to be. He is quarter of a second back. What's BR4 doing? His current best lap. Looks like he had a penalty on that one. The 101.835 is currently 7 tenths off the lead so far, and it looks like we might get Iggy just dominating again. Currently half a second. Can anyone get anywhere near it? Half a second on a 61-second lap is quite a large margin. Like Logan's going for something. BR4 is slower. Let's have a look at Logan's lap. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do an awful lot here. Now he's slower to quarter of a second. It was Mage doing through the final couple of sectors here. And it looks like through the hairpin, about 40 seconds when he gets to the apex of that hairpin. Let's see what his time is looking like at the end of the straight. Get a better, always get a better look when the game tells us how slow he is. He's a 1.5 tenths off. I haven't quite seen a message from Mage, I don't think, saying that he is everything's to stop. He is 2 seconds down though. Logan, and finish your lap and wait. We've got a couple of guys going from the going to the end here now. Then Logan drifting through the final corner alongside BR4. Logan has completely screwed it. BR4 is not quicker either, so there's 2 more off. is quicker. He has jumped Rainbow at the moment. One more to look at. Rainbow and then one more. Iggy looks like he's got this one in the bag though. He is on provisional pole. Rainbow is not able to do an awful lot. It looks like it's Viper now. Viper, the only shot taking pole. His lap is not good. His lap is not good, and that means the mighty Iggy is on pole here in Tsukuba. Much like he was on pole last weekend as well. Now I think I'm gonna run out of mighty jokes at this point. Half a second, actually even went even quicker. Almost a 1:01 flat. So it's almost 6/10 of a second now actually between the two. Iggy on pole as per. When he races he seems to be far quicker than with a desync issue. There's a desync issue, so how fun did that look? Have to wait a slight bit longer before we get racing. In the meantime, I'm going to reply to Makalele over here. I made sure not to cut the line in mine. Every single person cut the line in qualifying, I'm pretty sure there. I don't think none of them know where the actual pit lane is. Well, the pit lane entry is anyway. Oh, okay then. What the hell's going on here? Oh, yes, Pyro on comms once again. Yep, that doesn't change here every single Saturday. Just had an absolute tragic race myself, but everyone should be able to pick up on where they need to go here. Display all, driver names, online IDs. I don't think people got the memo when he said the end of the first sector line. Half of the people have gone up to the end of the first sector line and then continued halfway through the second sector. Extra's just being far behind everyone else by the looks of it in comms chat. No, I do want to con tonight. I just don't, you know, I'm not particularly happy with my own race, so I'm not in the greatest of moods. Had a absolute tragic race myself. Still desync, here we go again. Oh my god. What is happening here? We might not even have much of a stream tonight at this rate. What's the actual problem? We didn't have this problem in what is going on? Everyone's just doing donuts. This is your Your pre-race entertainment, lads. With Major's doing random laps. Random grid. Oh, here we go. I can try and set one up if people want. I'm back a post, so. This should be fun. Iggy's gonna get put at the back and then have to work his way through the entire grid and still win. Put Iggy last. He's still gonna win. Less domination. Yeah, Alex, good luck with that. What are we doing? Right? Sign up one, what's going on? Nah, he's not gonna lap everyone. He didn't even do that when it comes to didn't even do that when it comes to our staff. What is going on? Someone logged in at the ALR channel. Who's logged in? Moo's taking the piss by playing. I can't. Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm just gonna set. It's you, Charizard. Fair enough. Using your newly acquired channel channel access. Fair enough. I'm not restarting. You forgot your. Don't worry, I do that way too much. People can definitely attest to that. You look in some of the see if I can join in the bitches. I'm gonna apparently just yawn the entire way through that sentence. Qualifying was fun, was it? Yeah, qualifying was fun. I mean, you're gonna do what? Precisely none of it, because none of that mattered. I find it very fitting how the mighty Iggy's thing is guess who's back. Insert they're just trying to stop us. Yeah, no, that's fair. Enter, but don't leave the pits, which means I'm going to spectate nothing. It actually makes sense for me to actually do this now instead of waiting until the end of the I don't need the car names. God damn it, extras. That's almost as much, almost too much, as much information as Jude decided to give us. Where the hell is Ryan? Ryan's out in the middle of the sea. This is fun. I don't think that, you see, there's not an awful lot to talk about here. I saw a Charizard comment film of not that long ago. Could just absolute chat about cards for the rest of. Enjoy in a bit, extras. Don't need too much information now. I haven't changed my channel on my TV yet, so it's just currently just randomly playing Burnley versus Watford in the background. I really should be putting on the NFL draft, but then again I'll end up looking over there every so often. I can't be caught doing that. Also, his mechanics look incredibly interested. It's like, yeah, meant to do something. Man City won 4-0. Rodri scored first. Then Aki scored. Then Gabriel Jesus and then Fernandinho. Yeah, we didn't need this extras. We guessed what was going to happen. And yeah, no, Man City's gonna win the league. I don't like it. I'd rather both of you just fell off a cliff and went under or something, didn't exist, but that's not how that works. As long as Man City wins this and then your quadruple dies. We're actually going. Are we going? Pretty sure we're meant to have lights at this point. What on earth happened there? My game just desynced off the start. So it's lights out, away we go. Iggy's in the fifth first. Of course he is, because they've even been treated nicely by random grid. Noble's in his third, just got overtaken by Mr. Jack. Oh, and Noble just sends it into the final corner of the first sector. The bad idea, because he's just lost out quite a number of places. We've gone 4 wide for a minute then. Everyone seems to be alongside each other in the middle of the pack here. BR4 is now going to have to deal with Have up the inside. Have drops back. BR4 is going to keep position. Now it's Logan versus Have. Oh, Viper comes down the inside and everyone's just getting whacked. Viper sends Logan into his own teammate. And Have is just out the back now after being absolutely done in. Got 4 guys right here again. NCFC going against this Viper on the outside. Logan whacks Viper back for no reason. And takes the position of Viper. That's a bit mean. Logan going to the inside now on NCFC. And it looks like with the inside he should have the position here, but he's going to get whacked. And there's no clean driving here. Absolutely no clean driving. Oh, Viper's going to whack him back again, and these two are clearly having not having a fun time of this. Logan's going to keep his position on Viper, who's very clearly not taking a very keen liking to Logan at the moment. As for what's going on up here, Iggy already has a second gap to Mr. Jack in second, teammate 1-2. Mage currently starting third, about a second off second, and cleared already a 2.5 second gap to Rainbow in fourth, who's just passed his teammate, and now his teammate has to defend from BR4 in the next couple of corners. See if he can do that well. And it looks like Noble's going to hold his position for a small amount of time here, half a second ahead of BR4, who is second ahead of Charizard. NCFC in front of Logan, and then Viper, who might have given up sending it from half a mile away. Yeah, it looks like Viper's given up sending it from literally a year back. Charizard's still in 7th, holding his ground at the moment. NCFC goes very wide in the corner behind him. Nobles and BL4, they're still going to go at it. Looks like Mage has closed in that gap to Mr. Jack in second. Now half a second. I've said it before, but I'd much rather have the timesheet like they do in F1. Quickest lap so far, 101.232, which Iggy has set. Gets nice by the random grids, gets on the grass there though and lost a good chunk of time to Mr. Jack in second. More mistakes like that from Iggy, we might have an actual race on our hands. Made about 9/10 of a second, getting cleared a 3-second gap. 3.5 second gap now to Rainbow in 4th, who himself can't even shake off his own teammate. The teammate using Rainbow's slipstream just to make sure that BR4 isn't a problem. Down the grid, everyone seems to be separated by the by similar amounts of time. Logan goes wide into the second to last and doesn't look to have a great amount of time in there to Viper behind him. Then Have, those two coming in the last two spots, teammates there. After what happened in the first couple of laps, Logan now having to defend from Viper. Viper, who's going to come down the inside into turn 1. He's sent it on Logan multiple times before. He's going to try and send it again. He's not going to have position though. Logan does well enough to keep it for the time being. And it looked like Logan's going to have to do a bit more defending to hold positions here. MCFC has got a second gap now, as Logan and Viper are just going at it every other turn, and Viper looked like he lost the car quite literally, maybe touched the grass before the second to last. And yeah, I agree, no rain. Like, come on, in a track where it rains quite often, can we have rain, please? Noble to BR4, the closest guy on the grid at the moment. It's like BR4 not able to close in enough yet. It's going incredibly dark here. BR4 to the inside of Nobles. It looks like Nobles is going to hold on. He will hold on for now. It looks like Viper has got past Logan, and Logan has span, and Logan's hit the back. Logan span off turn 1. I don't know if he got hit, but the instant there, Viper's going to take 9th, and his teammate's going to take the final point spot at the moment. Whether or not he has to do some defending in a minute is left to be seen, but BR4 with the inside into the hairpin. Down the inside goes BR4. Switchback possible, but not achieved. It looks like BR4 has moved up into 5th, and gonna have to do some defending from Nobles, who's gonna fight back almost immediately. He's gonna try the inside into the final corner. BR4's gonna hold the position for a moment in time. It looks like BR4 is closing on Rainbow, just in front. It looks like Iggy has 2.5 seconds to Jack, who has 2 seconds to Mage, who has 4.5 seconds of a gap there to Rainbow in 4th, who has to do some defending in the Patronus sandwich here. And we've got Rainbow in the front, BR4, and then Noble behind him. BR4 looking to make himself part of that top 4. You've got 3 guys all in front at the moment, but no one really able to go anywhere near the front 2. These 2 teammates look to have a 1-2 at the moment. BR4 4/10 of a second. Logan is 4 seconds off the back of Have, and it's basically end of his race, no points. Viper's got a second gap. Everyone's got roughly a second gap here. Got a couple of guys here. The gap between Charizard and Nobles is about half a second. The gap between BR4 and Rainbow roughly the same. The only 2 cars we realistically have on track at the moment. As you can see from the shot there, those 2 going through the end of those 4 going through the end of sector 1 on lap 8. BR4 looked for it, has gone down the inside. Looks like he got a far better exit to that corner. He's not enough though to hold it, to make the move. Rainbow's going to hold the position by the smallest of margins. These two look to be right on the back of each other. Going through the final corner and into turn 1. Here we go on lap 9. BR4 looks for it again, but it's too far away to make it work. Noble looks to be in 6th, half a second up on Charizard. He's not able to make a move stick either, as these guys are trying to move the chain at the moment, but not really able to make anything stick. MCFC only got half a second of a gap there, and Charizard now within 0.3 of a second as he got back onto the rear of the car. The Patronus in front of him. Same with BR4. Looks like Nobles has a slightly bigger gap. He definitely does. BR4 to the inside of the hairpin again. He tried this on the last lap. He's hit Rainbow this time. And he has got in front of Rainbow because of the contact. Looks like Rainbow lost it for a minute after the being hit and then regained it. BR4 is now in 4th. But I don't know if you're going to Stuart report that one. Might be the case by the end of this. Never mind. Here comes Rainbow. It gets turned into there on the inside of turn 1. BR4's going to have the inside into the next couple of corners and holds 4th position. Looks like Charizard. What happened to Noble? Noble looks like he's had a major incident. Puts him beside Habe. As Viper and MCFC has now moved up a position. Charizard has a 2-second gap as he tries to get on the back of BR4 and Rainbow here. Viper trying to catch MCFC for 7th place. Bear in mind, for the first race, only the top 10 get points. Works in a very similar fashion to F1. Rainbow not able to make a move on BR4. We 10.5 minutes through 15 of this race. Looks like Rainbow's going very wide into the final, out of the final corner, sorry, and Charizard's going to get his chance to get right on the back here. As for what we've got at the front, Iggy 4 seconds now in front, and Mr. Jack has a 4.5 second gap to Mage, who has 4.7 seconds on BR4, who now has a second gap to Rainbow. And Charizard looking for a switch back there. If he gets a better exit, he might have it. He is going to stay alongside. He's going to have the inside of this corner. He has one more corner to make it work before Rainbow has the inside on the hairpin. He probably loses his chance for the lap. Rainbow on the inside of the hairpin has definitely got in front of Charizard and done it well. Hold the position from Charizard, stays in 5th. Looking down the grid, you've got MTFC and Viper going alongside each other. You've got the two in front of them going at it as well. Don't know if that's guys getting lapped or anything. Nobles is trying to join back into the equation here. Looks like Viper's got the inside of MCFC, and Nobles looks to make something happen as well. He's here to Viper, who's here to MCFC, and he's joined the back of the queue as well. Looked like Noble just misjudged the braking point, went straight to the back of Viper. Viper's going to take advantage of taking the position. And Rainbow's on the back of Charizard, who finally got through. Not going to get anywhere near BR4, but not able to do an awful lot. And here comes Rainbow down the inside of the hairpin as Charizard looks to defend his position once again, but isn't able to. Maybe he might get him back into the into the final corner, sorry. But he has certainly lost his position into the second to last. And here we go again. Charizard on the inside of the final corner looks to take payback on Rainbow, and he does it effectively. He does get in front. Charizard 1.3 seconds ahead. Rainbow's going to have the inside. Charizard should have been looking to close that off. It doesn't really matter as he's going to hold the position for now anyway. Looks like Nobles and MCFC has hit 10th. Looks like Nobles and Haver just got through, and Logan now 2.5 seconds off the back of this train. as his races just never got going. Charizard lost his position again to Rainbow. These two keep going at it. Viper looks to have joined the back of this queue. Rainbow's sliding through the 5 second to last. It's going to open the door for Charizard once again. If Charizard can get close enough, that is. Charizard gonna go to the inside of the final corner once again. It looked like Rainbow had grown a little bit of sense and covered it off this time. And he has. He's kept the 5th position into turn 1. And immediately down the inside goes Charizard. He looks to take his position back and has done quite effectively. Takes 5th back, and we're going on lap 14. On minute 14 of this 15-minute sprint race. And Rainbow is sliding again. As you can tell, the soft tyres at the bottom of the screen just falling off, and about 50% wear on those tyres. Probably not the greatest of choices going on those soft tyres, as Rainbow sends it down the inside into the hairpin once again. He's not done anywhere near the effective job this time, and Charizard's going to have the position still going into the final corner. If Charizard's got common sense, he covers off the inside, which he immediately moves to do. And he does it well, and Rainbow's going to have to sit back ever so slightly, and it looks like everyone's going to go over the line. It doesn't look like we're getting anyone lapped. Logan's got 4, 3, 2, 1. Just ever so slightly gets over the line. And everyone's going for one more lap. That was by the skin of his teeth that he didn't get lapped. But the mighty Iggy on lap 15, 5 seconds up the road. And now I said this last week, but nobody is taking down the almighty Iggy at this point. He's won in the sprinted avatar. He won the feature race last week as well. And he's coming over the line to win the Sprinter Tsukuba. Mr. Jack is going to come over in second, has a 7, nearly 8 second gap to Mage. Going to come over in third, almost caught up by BR4 in the end. Going to take 4th, and Charizard has not got the position. Oh my god, that is his photo finish if I've ever seen one. Rainbow screwed that final corner so horrendously that he almost allowed Charizard back into it. And Charizard almost got in front. There's someone else right behind him as well. Not sure who it was. Might have been Viper. Well, on my screen it says Viper. That was a very, very close finish to that race. That was incredibly close. But it's Iggy's day once again. BR4 didn't notice he was on traction control 3 until lap 6. Well, that's a problem. That's a problem. There's a few dodgy dive bombs, shall we say, in that race. But I think second to last corner, he thought he covered the inside enough. Clearly not. Rainbow was able to take 5th in the end. Black Charizard just having to settle out. He probably lost it by maybe a 10th at the absolute most. It looked like Viper was on the back of them right at the end there. There's a few decisions having to be made by, I think. Ryan just pointed out to me that this stream might be a little blurry. Is it all right for everyone else? I'm gonna take a look. Let's see if this is blurry. I don't think it should be. Waiting until I see a... Oh, I've hit the wrong button. I don't want subtitles, do I, YouTube? The advanced resolution 1080p should be allowed for this. Yeah, no, it's just Ryan's internet on the... Let's see if Major's opened up a lobby yet. He hasn't. Oh my god, Jordy is already practicing. Let me see it. Wait until one more, wait until it comes up. Jordy is already practicing. New lobby's up apparently. We'll back out and see if car. God damn it, Iggy. But yeah, this guy is on it, that's for sure. Waiting for Major's lobby to show up. Are we waiting on people? I'm going to... No. Well, we are waiting on people. I don't get to see anything though, apparently. I'm waiting to see if who's going on the softs, who's going on the mediums, because this could be interesting. The strategy is just a soft and medium tyre, but which way you go about it is imagine getting revenge. No, that's fair. Somebody's backed out, and I'm going to get a great shot of the pit lane from Charizard's point of view. Logan's talking about getting revenge at this point, and at this point, he should know that he has to be the bigger man. It's cost him his entire race. Looks like everyone's going out. Like we're ready to go, or not? Are we ready to go? Are we? Are we not? You can start Major, meant to ping. Well, here we go. At least we can go down. I don't know why Major's on hard, but you can. We get the nice way of doing one-shot quali where we can go from top to bottom. It looks like Have's going first. Good to see where the benchmark is. I'd say pole is going to be about 1:16, I think. Give somebody some leeway just to make a few corners, a few mess ups on some of these corners. But let's see. Through the first couple of corners we go. Have is the first one that's going to take us through. He's going on soft tyres, so expect a decent quality time from here. Looks like Mr. Jack in the background there was sliding all the way through turn 1 rather than actually turning. Looks like Have already had an advantage there. Going through the first sector, what time we got here? So we got a 24.1 for the first sector from Have. Gonna slide a little bit through the beginning of the second sector into the hairpin we go. And through the hairpin and into the straights for the one-shot quali, the flying laps. Here we go. Into the final corner, we should see times coming on the board any second. Have first, Jack second. All these guys come through set times. Have gonna set us a 1:22. Jack's gonna do a 1:12. That's far better than I was going to give anyone credit for in here. Nobles is going to do a 1:03. 1:03 there for Rainbow as well. BR4 I'm going to do a 1:27. A couple of guys tagging on the back of this as Charizard did a little bit slower than most of the people. He still beat Rainbow and Nobles. Viper going to do a 1:14 as his race, his quality lap has not been great. Mage has done a 1:5 and it looked like there's someone in the back there gone 4. 1:28 there from Logan. MCFC lap. MCFC should be able to go. Mr. Jack looks like he's doing something here. What's going on? MCFC hasn't done a lap. What is happening? Okay, I don't even know what's going on anymore. What is going on? What on earth is wrong with the starts on this game? Well, here we go. We actually got starts here. We got a actual start here, and it looked like Mr. Jack has managed to break a half a second lead. The game would function normally. I'd be able to see the start, so we'd be able to go off the thing instead of me having to wait to start commentary till the first corner when I realized they're gone. But it looked like a couple of people going for overtakes immediately. Have is currently third, but he's dropped on the back of Iggy here. Iggy and Jack have both started on soft, so did Have and BR4 on mediums, Logan on soft. So you would expect Logan to have some sort of pace around here. Maybe catch up with BR4 soon enough, maybe make a move. Charizard on behind on softs. Looks like Rainbow done mediums, and we've got a few people here. It's Logan and BR4 into turn one. Logan got soft tires compared to BR4's mediums, and Logan has opened the door for Charizard to hit BR4 off the track. And BR4 lost a couple of positions because Charizard got overzealous after Logan made his move into turn one. And it looks like Charizard's gone through as well, so we're now split with the soft tyre runners and the medium tyre runners. Well, minus Viper apparently. There's a hard majored on the hards back there, which is a awful choice. Mr. Jack is a 1.2 second gap on Iggy here, and we might actually have someone who can take the fight to Iggy in this race rather than just get absolutely demolished. It's 1.3 seconds now, as Iggy has got 1.7 seconds to Have in third, who has a second gap to Logan in fourth, and Charizard a half second back on there, looking to try and make something work. You know, as for the medium tires, guys, you got BR4 fighting Rainbow and nobody else in sight. There's Noble's currently 8th, 2.5 seconds back, with Viper on the back of him. Trying to see who's the closest people in this race so far. Might be either Noble than Viper or the battle we have here with Logan and Have. Here we go into the final corner of the lap. We're on lap 3. It's got about 30 more to go. 35 more to go, probably more realistic. And Logan's going to get through on Have. In through the final corner, and Have might be looking to fight back immediately. He's going to look to anyway with the inside and Logan on the outside. Logan didn't do anywhere near enough to close it off. And as a result, Have is going to take advantage and take the position right back. It looks like Charizard might send something until Logan adequately closed off the inside. Charizard's going to have to hold fire for a small amount of time until these two in front of them looks to have another battle. These three right on the back of each other. It looked like BR4 and Rainbow are going to be on the back of each other right behind them as well. Not quite as closely packed together, as Logan isn't able to make anything work on the inside here. Slipstream down the straight with the sauce on Logan's car might make something interesting into the final corner. And it doesn't, because it looked like Have has closed off that inside line quite adequately. And it's going to be able to protect it to turn one as well. It comes over, cuts off the inside again, and Logan's just stuck right now behind Have. Looks to have a slight bit more pace, but not able to use it as he sees Iggy and Jack start to drive into the distance. BR4 has got a second gap now to Rainbow, and Noble and Viper are going to go at it. Viper's going to send it to the inside. Noble has to be aware of that. And he is aware of that. Viper goes on through. The Nobles had quite good awareness there, though it didn't end up in a crash. They quite as well could have there. Couple of guys at the back end, CFC and Mage. Mage probably regretting his hard tyre choice already. Logan right on the back of Hayes there. Bit of a tap in the back, and it's not helped Logan's attempt to get a position here at all in the slightest. It does mean that Logan now has a second gap there to Charizard behind him. Right now, it looked like Jack had a 3.5 second, or 3.25 seconds, sorry. More towards 3.5 now of a gap on Iggy. And these two are going to go and have a possibly great battle here. Hayes 3.2 seconds off the back of Iggy, and now has a second gap to Logan, who is now fighting Charizard. Has to do some defending in that manner. Maybe we get some rain in the process. The sky just got very, very cloudy. And Logan does enough to cover off the inside from Charizard through the hairpin, but doesn't take care of the position. As Charizard with the speed is going to go on through, and Logan's going to have to settle with the inside. If Charizard can't cover that off, that is, he doesn't cover it off, and Logan is going to take fourth back and be very susceptible to a possible switchback. Charizard goes down the inside into turn 1. These two are going to be fighting for quite a while. They already have been. 1 lap 7, and Charizard got through on Logan. Charizard in 4th. BR4 1.7 seconds back, but he is on those medium tires that don't really wear a lot at all. He's gonna slide through the final corner of sector 1 as Rainbow 1.1 seconds off the back, Viper 2 seconds off the back of Rainbow. And there's quite the gap forming between a few of the back markers here. Charizard 0.772 up on Logan, and Logan losing time rapidly. And possibly losing out on the chance of keeping a top 4 position, especially if he can't get a move on here. It's about 9/10 of a second the gap now, or thereabouts, going over the top of it. But Mr. Jack is driving a commanding race right now. 4-second gap on Iggy, who on the same tyres just not got going, or not got going in the way you might have thought Iggy would have. He also has a 4-second gap to Have in 3rd, so Iggy's driving a rather lonely race right now. And I usually say that with him in the lead, but it's not even the case that that's the truth this time. Have right now driving a rather lonely race, as well as Charizard's 2.2 seconds off the back of him. Logan closing the gap on Charizard, but whether or not he can close it enough to make anything work is a different question. See everything on Charizard's car flashing red. And it looks like Logan's going to take advantage of it by getting right back on the back of him. Logan to the inside. Logan collides with Charizard, sends him into the grass, and takes his position from it as well, as now BR4 is going to try taking advantage of Logan and Charizard's coming together. Those medium tires probably coming into the strength in a couple of minutes time, where all the softs are going to go off. BR4 to the inside, he sent one there. Sent from a decent way back, and he's got the move done as well. Charizard on the softs probably has a better pace and maybe the chance of fighting back through the final corner of the race. Of the actual lap, not the race itself. And it looked like Charizard's able to cover it off well enough. Everyone seems to be taking full advantage of that green boarding on the edge of the track there. As Charizard is not able to get back through on BR4. And that's not good news for Charizard. I think he's the furthest back, between him and Viper, the furthest back on the soft tyre. BR4 just able to hang in to what he has right now. He's going to be able to go 25-30 minutes. on those medium tyres. The fuel really just doesn't wear out at all in this race. And Viper's going to have a cheeky look at Charizard now, try and move up into 6th before he goes after BR4 once again, but he can't seem to get close enough right now. And it's probably still Charizard's position right now. Viper might look for turn 1, but he doesn't. He goes very wide into turn 1, and Charizard just covers off the inside and makes a sensible play. BR4 8/10 of a second up, and he's just not able to clear him yet. Logan 3 seconds ahead of BR4 and 4 seconds off the back of Have, and the front 4 seem to be driving very, very lonely races right now. All pretty much equidistant away as well. Everyone are roughly there or thereabouts to 4 seconds. Just gone 4.5 seconds now between Iggy and Have, which is the biggest gap of the 4 of them. 3.5 between Logan and Have, and between Logan and BR4, sorry. And BR4 now finally has a second gap on Charizard, as everything seems to be kind of meandering along. On lap 11, we're going till roughly 38-39 laps of this race, so long way to go. 50 laps probably on the softs, if you can get away with it. I'm not sure if you take that risk here, if I'm completely honest, but it is what it is. Charizard 5/10 of a second off BR4. Viper drops off the back of him now. Everyone at the back has just lost the guys behind him and in front of them, so this is the only 3 people that even look like until Viper's in a wall. And as I was about to say, there were only 3 people who even looked like they were close to each other, but Viper had got on the grass and got in the wall on the opposite side, and well, lost a ton of time. And it looked like Rainbow went on through, and Noble's, the other Miss Petronas car, is gonna have a shot at him now, or might do if he can get close enough. It's way too early to pit on the soft, so. Oh, BR4 and Charizard going at it into turn 1. Charizard looked for the inside. Charizard looked to have made it work as well, and he had done. Charizard's going to hold the position right through sector 1. BR4 looks to the inside of the final corner on sector 1, but it's not enough. Charizard takes 5th position back. Don't know if he's able to send anything going towards Logan, but looks like Charizard's going to be happy just taking that position back off of BR4 while he had the chance. And it looked like this is pretty much the closest battle on the grid right now. For nearly half a second between the two. 5 seconds further back is Rainbow on those medium tyres. And it looked like BR4 dropping off ever so slightly to go deep into turn 1 and not able to make anything work. Try and catch Charizard back up. Void split there is Logan's cut the gap there by pretty much a second between him and Have as he goes through into the second sector on lap 14, and we have a very commanding lead here for Mr. Jack. Nearly 6 seconds up on Iggy, as he had a teammate 1-2 in the first race. Probably going to get a teammate 1-2 here as well, but Mr. Jack is not the one I would have put that to actually be on top of that teammate 1-2, and Logan comes in to pit onto those medium tyres. Charizard stays out. BR4 going to cut the gap in there by about 0.2 of a second before losing off the exit of the corner. Iggy 4.2 seconds ahead of Have, who has an 8-second gap there between him and Charizard, who opening up the gap ever so slightly each lap to BR4 behind him. I would assume that as long as Charizard can keep extending the gap, he's going to stay out. Fuel isn't a problem. Fuel is never a problem on these. And it looks like Charizard's still about 6/10 of a second in front. Iggy comes into pit now. Jack stays out. And Have's come in as well. So Jack's the only one on the soft tyre that now stayed out. I don't know if Charizard's going to get a 3-second penalty for that. BR4 stayed out on its medium tyres, obviously. He's going to go for quite a while yet, but it has a 19-second gap to catch to Mr. Jack in the lead. Rainbow and his medium stay out, even though the medium seems to be going off quicker than BR4's. It looks like Viper's mediums are going off even quicker. These two are now going to have a bit of a fight. Nobles is fighting with Iggy right about now, as Iggy comes out of the pits in second place of net P2. Obviously Iggy's now completed all of his pit stops for the actual race of the whole. Switched his tyres up and Iggy gets past Snowboard through the beginning of sector 2 there. Viper is not able to make anything stick when it comes to possibly overtaking Rainbow. His soft tyres won't be lasting an awful lot longer. It won't be too long before we see Viper pit. We see Mr. Jack finally coming in, and Viper's going to take his 3-second penalty for cutting the pit lane line. I don't know if Mr. Jack did. If Iggy didn't, otherwise he would have dropped back. It looks like somebody's being lapped. Mr. Jack did, so he's going to have to suffer his 3-second penalty, and what was a 6-second gap is going to at least half now, as he has a 7-second deficit to BL4 for the moment in time, who is going to just enjoy his time in the lead until he has to pit. It looks like Rainbow will eventually go on through. Iggy not that far off the back of Rainbow, currently 3 seconds off the back of Mr. Jack. So Mr. Jack had 6-second lead. The undercut worked for Iggy because he went a couple of laps quicker, a couple of laps sooner, and now they're right beside each other. 7/10 of a second. And now if Mr. Jack wants to make this work, he's going to have to stop doing that. There's blue flags flying all over the place, and Iggy going to have the inside look on Mr. Jack here. Iggy's not going to make... Oh, it looks like there's a little coming together between the two teammates. Number 91 and number 41. Number 91, Mr. Jack, goes very deep into the final corner of Sector 1. And Iggy has got through. And if the sprint or last week is anything to go by, that might be game over. But Jack and Iggy are going to have a battle for quite a while now. Iggy's going to have tyres that are probably more warm at this point, more used to the track, less probably in a better rhythm than Jack is right now, considering he's just come onto those medium tyres, seeing what he can get out of them. He is a second down already on Iggy in front of him. No, but the further 2.5 seconds back on Logan, going extremely wide off the final corner and goes straight onto the grass. But through all of his pit stops and everything, has gone in front of Have, and the undercut seems to be incredibly powerful here. See whether or not he plays the same way into the last couple of laps, but if those mediums don't go off as quickly as the other ones are hoping, then that might be a huge problem for the likes of Mr. Jack and Have here. TFC is still out, haven't pit yet, 28 seconds off the lead, and Charizard after his pit stop. Maybe went too long as he's fighting here with Raging. Viper off the back of everyone by 11 seconds. Charador's going to have to go after MCFC. He's going to have to get a position here if he wants fresh, clean air in front of him to try and set some proper laps. Logan 1.94 ahead of Have, who looks to be fighting back after the undercut worked. An absolute charm for Logan. Been on his medium tyres a lot longer though. He sees the fuel at 52%. I don't see a laps remaining counter. Don't think he'll have much problem when it comes to having to pit though. When controlling fuel. It's 1.8 seconds now between Iggy and Mr. Jack. The undercut has worked like a charm. The 3-second penalty didn't help either. As that 3-second penalty, if he didn't get it for cutting the pit lane, he would be in front right now, and the undercut would have only worked by realistically about 2 or 3 seconds. Now Mr. Jack has a race to fight back because it's currently slipping from his grasp. BR4 has an 8-second gap, so his gap is just increasing as we go along. It's increased for the last time I saw it. It might not increase from here on out, where the medium tyres of BR4 is almost reaching 50% wear on the left-hand side, especially the left front. And BR4 eventually will have to come pit. We are on minute 22, on lap 21 of this race. So we have about maybe 16 to 17 laps left, depending on what kind of times you're doing. It looks like BR4 slides through the first corner. Iggy has a 2.1 second gap now, and Rainbow has gone off of his medium tyre onto a soft tyre incredibly quickly. Not sure if that's a wise move. Iggy losing quite a chunk of time there. 1.9 seconds and getting it all back through the final corners. So Jack is just not able to set anything on these medium tyres that might set the world alight. Noble's 6 seconds off, but he's going to be 3 seconds ahead of Logan before he has to pit, and Logan's still got 1.2 seconds down Have. These two keeping a similar gap to each other, and BR4 finally comes off of those medium tyres, goes onto the softs. Rainbow's on the soft as well, and Iggy and Jack are going to go on through. Iggy about 1.9 seconds in front, and Jack is just not able to close that gap as much as he probably would have liked by this point. It's 1.5 seconds now, so the gap is coming down. Maybe it's just the tyres coming into Jack's favour now. He's cut that gap for quite a large amount through the last lap. Iggy about 1.3 seconds up now. And Jack is coming like a house on fire towards the back of Iggy's car. Logan and Have is just not able to have the same sort of success that Jack has had on this lap, with those medium tyres coming to Jack right about now, but not coming to Have, and Logan's now got a 2-second gap. And the gap between Iggy and Jack just absolutely collapsed. It was 2 seconds at the beginning of the last lap. At the beginning of this lap, it's now just 1.1, 9/10 quicker. Mr. Jack was on that lap. Nobles comes into the soft tyres now. It's 10 seconds the gap between Mr. Jack and Iggy. Mr. Jack and Logan, sorry. The other way, Iggy is only 1 second ahead of Jack. Another lap like the last one, and Iggy will be looking at the back of his car, waiting for his teammate to go by. We have someone who can take the battle to Iggy here. It's whether or not that Jack can take advantage of what he's got. It's gonna take a lot to beat the unbeatable at the moment. Iggy's won every single one. Iggy come back into the pits. Interesting. He's clearly seeing that Jack's caught up and he's rolling the dice. Whether or not that's going to work for him is a different question. Maybe it's fuel. Maybe... I don't think it would be though. With 46% of fuel left, it should easily go to the end of the race. Not an extraordinary work on the fuel this track. It looks like Mr. Jack's just going to have a calm race for now. He's 11 seconds up. We're on minute 26. We have 15 or so minutes left of the actual race if you take into account the final laps. He is 11 seconds ahead of Logan, and BR4, when he came onto his softs, is looking like he's got the strategy all to a T at the moment. As he's now in between Have and Logan, and BR4 on the softs compared to Logan's mediums. BR4 should make light work of this. He's looking to do just that. And there you go, BR4 softs. Is he going to make something work into turn one? He's going to definitely make it work into turn one, and it's light work there for BR4 as he goes into second, into actual second, as well as Iggy goes on to soft with 14 minutes left and has got to do some flying because he is in questionable strategy as he might be facing his first defeat here. He is currently 3.1 seconds off the back of Have. Doesn't seem to have any pace to him whatsoever on these medium tyres, as the gap is opening between him and Logan and very much shrinking behind him. It's now 10 seconds between Jack and BR4, and with what is effectively 12 seconds plus a final lap, we might still see BR4 win this race. Problem Iggy has is that with BR4 in front of him doing well, going onto the sauce a little bit earlier, his roll of the dice might not work anyway. It looks like Have has had an absolute nightmare there, and he's just going to accept the fact that Iggy's going by. Iggy's going to move up into fourth, and now he has 3 seconds to catch on Logan. Have is not going to be able to have the pace to make it a fight back. Down the grid, you've got Viper and Noble. Viper and Noble, yes, fighting. You've got Mage and MTFC fighting, as well as soft tire, like medium tires for Mage, which is an even worse choice. It's 8.3 seconds for Jack. His lead of this race is shrinking rapidly. Logan's losing time to Iggy behind him. It was 3 seconds. It's now 1.5, and Iggy 14 seconds off the lead of the race with about 11 minutes left, give or take. About 30 seconds on the on top of that. It's 8 tenths to a second. He'll get Logan by the end of the lap, most likely. Logan might have to settle for the first spot outside of the podium here. And here comes Iggy with his soft tires and his faster pace. Doesn't look to make a move to the inside there. Probably should have sent it. The earlier he gets past Logan, the easier it would be for him. Logan gets all out of sorts with the corner. Still not enough to stop Iggy as he does make a bit of a hit into him. And now, here comes Iggy's biggest challenge. It's not defending from Logan, who he should clear very quickly. As Logan just slides through the thing, and everyone realizing you can use the green on the outside there to extend and not get a penalty for it. Iggy already getting a second gap. 6.4 seconds there to BR4 in front, who has the exact same distance away from Mr. Jack in front of him. And we might have a F1 Barcelona kind of deal in here, where the soft tyres and the medium tyres, soft tyres might catch up. Whether or not Jack can hold on till the end of this race, we'll find out in about 9 minutes time. That lead of the race is shrinking rapidly. Whether it's shrinking enough is the question we need to ask ourselves here. BR4 is not as quick as Iggy either, so Iggy should be able to just bring that gap down, but unlike the one the BR4 doing to Jack in front of him, it probably won't be enough. Does have a 4-second gap, and the soft to medium just didn't work. You should be going to the medium to soft was very clearly the better strategy here. Everyone else around here, everyone else has lost their gap, so we're just going to stay toward the front and see if the gap is going to shrink and how much it's going to shrink by on each lap. So the longer we go on, it's 4.6 seconds now between BR4 and Mr. Jack. It's about 6.4, and Iggy is just not able to close the gap on BR4 whatsoever, so it's roll of the dice would have worked if BR4 didn't exist, but the fact that BR4 had already worked out that you should go on to start on the mediums and go on to the softs if your race worked out like that, and it looks like it's playing very much to his advantage. It's just whether or not the gap will come down enough. See him pass Jack by the end of the race. 1 lap 31. We have 8 minutes left. And the gap is currently 3.7 seconds. BR4 currently constantly setting his best first sector. Iggy is 4 tenths of a second back from where he was on the 5 lap prior. It's any chance that he had of winning is very, very slowly fading away at this point. And it's 2.8 now between Jack and BR4, and it looked like Jack has just gambled on the wrong tyre. The opposite, the alternate strategy, the medium to soft looks like it's going to win BR4 this race. Iggy saw it, but he saw it too late after he went onto his mediums for a couple of laps and saw that mere soft runners are going to catch him up very quickly. Rainbow on the softs is going to get Have here. Rainbow is going to have a real shot at Logan, as well as the guys on the softs here are going to be flying by the end of this race. It's 1.6 seconds now. The time is closing. It's closing rapidly. They're both right beside each other. It's 1.3 seconds. We'll just get a quick look and see if Logan stayed in front. Rainbow on those soft tyres should be able to make something work here. He's going to go to the inside to make sure something works here. Logan's going to get done on the outside. And it's going to be that Rainbow moves up into 4th, and here we go, we're within a second of the lead. Iggy 7 seconds off the back, and BR4 is currently doing quicker laps. His teammate's not here today. As someone said earlier, he's playing FM22. It's looking to carry the team for today anyway. As the team that got a 1-2 in the sprint certainly doesn't look to be going that way in this feature race here. BR4 to the inside for the lead, and Jack has lost it, but he had lost it for a minute. I'm so used to Iggy being toward the lead that I just instinctively said Iggy there, but Jack got all over the place through the second to last, and BR4 took full advantage, and BR4 has hit the front with those soft tyres on his car. Jack's got a long way to fight back from here. Iggy 6.6 seconds off the lead. His teammate now 1.3 seconds off of BL4, who, with his strategy today, just simply was not to be denied. We've gone 36 minutes through the race now, or we will have by the time the end of these laps roll around. And the longer we go, it's looking more like Jax might not even get second here. That time is slowly ticking down to Iggy behind him. And 4.2 seconds, it might be Iggy that gets second here, not Jack. But Jack looking for 2 seconds on his first race in Tier 1 for the Mazdas. BL4 with 2.6 seconds of a gap in front. The soft tyre's not going off just yet. We've gone 36.5 minutes. We now have 3.5 minutes left of this race. And unless those soft tyres go off at a dramatic rate, I think it might be game over. Lap 35 of what should be 38. It's 3.5 seconds. Jack and Iggy's going to be the battle now. The same distance between Jack is in the middle of BL4 and Iggy at the moment. Iggy lost 4/10 of a second trying to catch up to Jack. He lost 4/10 of a second on BR4. Iggy just not able to make that work at all. His time is closing in on Jack in second, but it's not closing in by anywhere near enough to make anything work, maybe get in second. Hello, extras. You've come back. You missed the most interesting part of this race. Have has got past Logan in all of this, by the way. There's half a second up. We've been very much focusing on the front. Major's last 0.6 of a second there behind NCFC, as these two have had nothing to do with this race whatsoever. Noble's 1.3 seconds back off Logan, as his softs might hold up enough to just get him past the two here. We've done 38 minutes. Logan to the inside, put himself back up to 5th, and then to the outside of the hairpin where Hayes going to fight him back. And he's going to go very wide, and Nobles goes on the inside. He definitely got past Logan. He's trying to make it work on Hayes, but Nobles looks to get 5th. And we'll have a Petronas 4-5 by the looks of it at this rate. As for Iggy, he's got it within 1.4 seconds of Jack. 5.5 seconds to BL4 in front. 22 seconds between Rainbow and Rainbow in the lead. And Nobles to the inside of turn 1. He makes full advantage of those soft tyres and gets in front of both Have and Logan. He puts himself up to 5th. Good pull of points by the looks of it. Those medium tyres are not serving anyone well whatsoever, as Major's now been left off, and he went hard to medium, so he just never got anything right whatsoever today. Iggy right beside Jack, and with 30 seconds left in the race, Iggy has got past his teammate, and Iggy is going to second with those softs, and now with, well, 1 lap to go, has to catch 6 seconds, and good luck with that. However, I don't think BL4, this is going to be the final lap. 10 seconds from the end of the race now. It looks like Logan and Have are going to go at it. Logan is going to have Have to the inside. We're going to go switchback. I'm just checking where thing is here, and Habe did not get it. Oh, Habe did get it on Logan, actually. BR4 on the final lap. Coming to the end, and BR4 has toppled the Almighty to win. The laps made for the fun of it as well. Definitely didn't have to do that. He has toppled the Almighty. How the mighty have fallen, and he comes in second place. BR4 is your winner of the feature race here this weekend, and that strategy call could not have been any more on point if BR4 tried. Rainbow's going to take fourth. He's 24 seconds off the lead, 15 seconds off third. Mr. Jack had just not enough to hold on to his teammate. Nobody's going to take fifth, as Haven's going to take sixth, and Logan seventh. Charizard 8th, Viper 9th, MTFC 10th, and Mage 11th. And if you're gonna topple someone like Iggy, you gotta get everything right, and that's exactly what BR4 did in this race. Could not have got that better if he tried. Even though Moose didn't attend, his teammate is gonna do him proud. Especially in that feature race, taking out maximum points. Well, almost maximum points. Maximum points minus fastest lap, I believe. Absolutely well done to BR4, and that was one hell of an interesting race. That is just the softs and the mediums both going off at different times and everything like that made it for a very, very interesting race strategy wise. Albeit not a lot actually went on track, I don't believe. With all that, I think that yeah, no, good, extra is good. I think I'm going to obviously shill what we have for the rest of the week and then leave it there. GT here on the Saturday, obviously. This is just finished, but yeah, again next Saturday. But tomorrow we've got the Tier 2 and Tier 5 F1. Tier 2 and Tier 4 F1 races, sorry. Around Canada, we had the other tiers Thursday night, and it looked like a bunch of penalties are going to be right through that one. And then Monday we're back at GT. We're here with the group. Make myself look like an utter twat on. Then you've got Tuesday sprint, back to F1. Wednesday you get 3, Thursday it's the tier 1s, Friday you get 3, and Saturday, as I've mentioned before, we're back here. And with that, I think I'm gonna end this here in a bit, guys.